So this is our game, Frozen Synapse, in its this is like a late alpha stage, isn't it, pretty much?
Yep, the game isn't going to look very much like this, but this is what we've been using to test for a while. So what you have here is you have a top-down view of a set of office buildings, which is designated by these walls here. The thinner, lighter segments are windows or boxes or desks. They're basically half-height things for the purposes of gameplay, and the darker ones are walls. So you have some ruin segments here and some rooms here.
Yeah, essentially what we have right now is a kind of mishmash of both placeholder and test art. So our artist has been trying out a few shader effects and just getting things. It does look weird, but you'll be able to see from the concept art on the site sort of the direction that we're going in. But we're not here to look at the art today. We're here to look at something a bit more under the hood.
The artificial intelligence. But first I'll give you a quick explanation of what's going on. So with the standard unit, the machine gunner, it's all really about trying to be realistic. Who would shoot who in an action film or real life. So it's really about who sees who first. So if this guy is just looking out this window here, and apologies that it's difficult to tell the difference between the teams, you'll just have to bear with me on that one. It's just something that we haven't done properly. So if this guy comes around this corner and shoots this guy in the back, then, well, he's going to shoot that guy in the back. As soon as he sees him, he's going to shoot him. If this guy turns round instead, then he'll actually see him first, and he'll get shot. It's really about who sees who first, unless this guy is, of course, looking from behind cover, in which case he's got the cover to hide behind and he gets to shoot that guy first. So it's really a game all about these little matchups and trying to understand the environment and trying to use it to your advantage. But what we're really here today is to look at the artificial intelligence. So what we have here is a situation. Bad guy, artificial intelligence guy is here and here and here and here, and we have 3 machine gunners and a guy with a shotgun. And on the good guys team, we've got a machine gunner here and a machine gunner here. So Frozen Synapse is all about 5-second turns. So we're going to decide what we're going to do in the next 5 seconds, and then the AI is going to decide what he's going to do. But we don't know what our opponent's going to do. It's not that the AI looks what we're doing, we just do it in that order at the moment. So basically I'm now going to load one we made earlier, which we just generated because the AI takes a little bit of time. So here's my plan. This guy is going to do much as we just saw. He's going to back up looking through this window, and then after a little while he's going to look out this window. This guy is going to run across here. This little order means he's not going to shoot anyone until he gets here, and then he's going to look here. So he's going to really expect this guy to come out here. Hello. And do that kind of thing. So this is my plan, and then the AI has decided what it's going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to see it in action, and then we're going to talk about what is going on.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we press the play button and we see what the AI is going to do. So let's play that one again. This guy comes down here and looks around a bit. His plans are slightly less pretty than mine because he's an AI, and he ends up getting shot by my guy because my guy's behind cover. This guy, on the other hand, is doing something a bit more intelligent. This guy is going to run around here, and he's going to look through this window, and then he's going to look down here, and he's actually going to catch my guy, because my guy doesn't see him doing that. And he shoots my guy who's looking in the wrong direction. So if we load back up the original one, this is before we've taken our first turn, I could do something completely different. So let's see what happens if instead this guy comes down here and looks out this window, and if this guy runs up here and looks here. So now we're going to run the AI on this, hopefully. Right.
And 58 years later, we'll have.
There'll be a video cut now because this will take about 5 minutes. So relax.
We're going to go on holiday now, and we'll see you after we get back.
Right, we're back.
Hello.
So the AI, because it was working on exactly the same day, so it doesn't get to see what we've done. The AI has done the same thing, of course, but we have a completely different result because we are doing a completely different thing. So we were cheating a little bit because we knew what he was going to do. This guy comes up here and he catches this guy again. This guy was moving, so he didn't have any advantage. And this guy comes through this window and basically spies this guy in the back. Now, this wasn't all plain sailing, because these two guys down here, this guy was fine. He just kind of like looked over this box to see if anything's going on. Our guy down here, I'm not entirely sure what he thought he was doing. I think we're probably going to have a look at this.
We'll be ironing that one out. Yeah.
Going to try and discipline him a bit.
So it's basically, what we have here is a pretty positive start point for the AI, because what you wanted was something that could play the game adequately, is like something that you talked about, and now it's kind of getting towards the stage of making intelligent decisions, basically.
That's right. These guys are only really doing bad things because they're a bit far away from the action, and I haven't programmed that properly. This guy doesn't have a particularly great number of things he can do. The AI works by, the AI looks at all the things he thinks I might do, and then looks at ways of beating it. Basically, it generates a load of different things that I might do. It does that in a fairly intelligent way. It kind of iterates it several times, creating like a grid of where on the level is safe and where's dangerous and where he can kill me from. Yeah, and that's how it comes up with its doing. But I mean, I'm impressed with this guy's plan. The reason this guy does this, if we go back to the original plan. This guy knows he's pretty screwed, to be honest, because if I'm going to look out this window and do this, which is what the AI will know I'm going to do, if he tries and runs away, he's going to get caught and shot before he gets to go away, you see.
So he's playing sort of relatively safe there.
He actually knows that there's not much he can do. Probably the safest thing he can do is this, which is probably what I would have done.
How does it work out, sort of the difference between self-preservation and like putting itself in a good place? Does it just always try and eliminate the outcome of it getting killed?
At the moment, the scoring is just based on killing other people, so it's quite aggressive right now. Yeah. But it's just a case of changing numbers to get it to go for blue squares, which is what I call the safe squares more.
So that's like a total sort of state machine, like
that's right.
Involvement where you can just say like the likelihood of it.
And because we'll have AIs with different personalities, we'll want to be able to play with those things. And we also want to have stupider AIs that do really crazy things, and AIs that run around and try and expand the area a bit. At the moment, the AI is really trying to keep it quite pared down. Something
we're really interested in doing for the single player game is having like quite characterful, crazy opponents that you kind of link to a character. It's almost like that sort of Alpha Centauri thing that you talked about, where we have like a character, this is Bob, and obviously we're not going to have characters called Bob, but this is Bob and he's mad, and he'll just send all his troops one,
I've always loved the Alpha Centauri conversations. I thought they were full of character, and you got to really know the bad guys, your opponents, the guys you liked. Yeah. So this is really, that's one of our crazy plans. But anyway, I hope that you've got a little bit of an idea in this video of what Frozen Synapse is like to play. It's about trying to perfect small level squad movements and trying to, you're really trying to use creativity, especially when you're playing against humans. Don't forget that this is a mainly multiplayer game. You're just trying to do something which he's not expecting, trying to really screw him around. But there you go. Well,
cheers for taking a very, very early look at a game. We wouldn't normally show people outside our immediate family a game in this state. And one of my jobs right now is kind of working out how we're going to present this and, make cool explosions and add in blood and crazy things to make it more gamey and more rewarding and compelling. So I'm kind of constantly thinking about that. But hopefully this will give you like a little window into what we're spending our time on. So we hope you enjoyed it.
Goodbye.